Welcome everyone to your 60-minute Yin class. I'm Sharan. I'm going to lead you through your practice. Comfortable sitting in, you can sit kneeling, maybe cross-legged. You might even want to sit up on a block or a cushion, whatever you have handy, if that feels more comfortable for you. Maybe hands resting on your knees. Again, just finding whatever feels comfortable for you. Maybe close down your eyes or just soften your gaze. Taking this time now to arrive onto your mat. You may be there physically already, but mentally giving yourself this time to arrive onto your mat. Leaving everything else at the door. Bring your focus, your awareness to you, to your body, to your practice. Bring your awareness to your breath. There's no right way or wrong way to breathe in a Yin class. The one rule is that you do breathe. How you breathe is completely up to you. The breath can be in through your nose. The breath can be through the mouth. It can be a shallow breath or a deep breath. Just be aware of how you're breathing. No judgment, just notice. Be aware of where you feel the breath. Maybe feel the breath in the nostrils, possibly feeling the breath in the throat. Maybe feel the breath going all the way down to your chest or down to your belly. Again, no right or wrong, just being aware. We're going to come now into our first stretch. The first shape we're going to come into is a wide-legged child's pose. So you want your big toes touching, bring the knees apart. Wide-legged child's pose, bringing your body down. You can have your arms wherever feels right for you. So you can make a little pillow with your hands, one hand on top of the other for your forehead to rest. You might want your arms stretched out in front. Option also to bring maybe a pillow in front. Make yourself real comfortable. And then maybe turning your head one way or the other. And keep your head down if you like. If this feels really uncomfortable on the knees, you can even sit up on a block. So just finding a position that feels right for you. Make sure you are finding a position that is comfortable. So in a Yin class, you hold postures for a little bit longer than you were used to in a yoga class. From 3 minutes, maybe up to 5 minutes. So you want to find a position that you can comfortably hold for time. Duration in the posture is more important than depth of the posture in this class. But equally, you don't want to be so comfortable that you feel nothing. So if you're so relaxed, maybe you're using 4 or 5 pillows and you're so relaxed you feel nothing, maybe move a couple of them away. So you feel something, you feel a stretch. And where you feel the stretch will be very different for you than it feels maybe for me. You may feel a stretch in your hips, maybe in your lower spine, maybe in your shoulders. Bring your awareness, everyone, again to your breath. Notice how you're breathing. Notice how your body moves as you breathe. So if the breath is going all the way down to your belly, noticing how your belly moves with every breath. Maybe noticing how your chest expands, the ribs at the back expanding and contracting with every breath you take. Notice and be aware of any tension you may be holding in your body. And visualize that tension just melting away with every exhale breath. Now slowly, slowly in your own time, use your hands here as support to ease yourself up. Coming up to seated. We're going to go next. For a shoulder stretch, we're going to go for heart melting. Start up in a tabletop position, your hips directly over your knees. Bring your hands forward, and this is heart melting, so you're melting your heart to the floor. It's a real nice opener for the upper spine. You can have your forehead on the floor. If your upper back feels quite open, shoulders feel quite open, you can even have your chin forward. If this feels too intense in the shoulders, have your arms a little bit wider. You've even got an option to maybe bring something underneath your chest if it starts to feel too intense. So this is heart melting pose. Think about your heart melting to the floor. And remember again, you're looking for a stretch that you can comfortably hold for time. And again, your breath is a real good sign of how deep you're going. So if your breath starts to become labored, or if you find you're unintentionally holding your breath, that could be a sign that maybe you've gone a little bit too deep. So always keeping a nice, easy breath. And again, that breath can be through the nose, through the mouth. It doesn't matter how you're breathing. It should feel like an easy breath. So this posture, really nice counter stretch for maybe any forward bending you're doing, maybe any hunching you're doing throughout the day. If you're hunched over your computer all day. Real nice counter stretch to that. Nice opening for the upper spine. Nice opening for the shoulders. See if you can sink your heart down a little bit deeper on every exhale breath you take. Now take your time as you come out of this stretch. Maybe you want to walk your hands out a little bit wider. Walk your hands in close to your body, nice and slow. Take your time as you come out. And then take again your child's pose. So again, you can have a pillow with your hands. You can have a bend in your arms. You can even bring your arms down by your side. Give your shoulders a little chance to relax. We're going to do one more shoulder stretch here. We're going to go into thread the needle. So come back again into your tabletop. Walk your left hand a little bit further forward. And then you're going to bring your right hand through the gap underneath your left arm. So your left hand a little bit further forward and then the right arm sliding underneath. And this is thread the needle. If it feels comfortable for you to do so, bring your right ear down onto the floor. You can let your left arm relax. Or option to wrap your left arm around, maybe just resting on your lower back, maybe reaching for your right thigh. I'll give you a little bit more opening in your left shoulder. Keeping the hips up quite high. Let your ear rest on the floor. If this feels too much for your neck, you can either bring your hand underneath your head or maybe a cushion underneath your head. And then relax into this stretch. And again, scanning the body for any tension you may be holding. And letting that tension just melt away on every exhale breath you take. So once you find a stretch that works for you, look for stillness in that stretch. When you hold a stretch still, give the muscles a chance to relax. You can work a little deeper into your body, stretching the fascia of the body, the ligaments, the cartilage. If you wrapped your arm around you, bring it back forward. So you're stretching your left arm forward. Push your left hand against the floor. Slide out the right arm. And then we'll go straight onto the other side. So this time, bringing the right arm a little bit further forward. Bring your left arm through that gap. Threading a needle. And again, you can have your ear down on the floor, maybe something to rest your head on. Option to wrap your right arm round, maybe keeping your hand on your lower back, or maybe reach around for your thigh. Find a position that feels comfortable for you. A position that you can comfortably hold in stillness. And even though you are looking for stillness, there are a couple of times it's okay to move. So if you feel like the stretch gets a little bit too intense, readjust. It's okay to readjust. Find a different position for your body and then hold that position in stillness. And the other time it's okay to move is if you stop feeling a stretch. So often when your body lets you in, maybe after a minute or so, the stretch becomes less intense. You might want to again find a new edge. So you might want to maybe stretch the left fingers further away from you. Maybe lift your left ear off the floor and slide it up 1/2 inch, creating a bit more length in the neck. And then again, finding your new edge. and then holding it in stillness. And then once you get that stillness, relax. If you had your arm wrapped around, bring that forward. So your right arm is coming forward. Use that hand to push up against the floor so you can slide your left arm out from underneath. And then again, let's just real quick go back into your child's pose. Little bend in your elbows, let your shoulders relax. Maybe your arms down by your side. Maybe feeling the echoes of how your body has stretched in the last few postures. Slowly, slowly in your own time, roll up to seated. Next, we're going to do butterfly. So with butterfly, you want your feet out in front of you, soles of the feet touching each other. Keep a little gap between the feet and the rest of the body. So maybe about the length of 2 hands. So you want a real nice diamond shape with the legs. Option here is if you have any tightness in your knees, you can place block if you have one. Cushions underneath the backs of the knees. Also, if you have any tightness in the hips, real good to place something underneath the backs of the knees so the hips can relax. And we're going here for a forward fold. Also, if you have any tightness in your lower back, maybe sit up on a pillow, cushion, block, whatever you have handy, just so that the lower back can relax. Taking your forward fold here. If you have any tension maybe in the neck, upper spine, maybe place something on your feet so your head, your neck can relax. Or you can just let your body hang. Up to you. So this is butterfly. And again, looking for a position that you can hold comfortably. Now do make sure there's no pull, no force, no strain. So if you feel like you are pulling on your feet here, turn your hands around so your palms face up. Real nice opening for the shoulders also, if you turn your hands in this direction. So the reason we don't want any pull or force is because that will make the muscles work. So we again want the muscles to relax. Using your breath again as a guide. Notice the breath, be aware of the breath. If it starts to feel strained or struggled at any point, use that as a sign to back off of the posture. But equally makes you feel something. So you may find with these longer holds that your body does let you in after a minute or so. And then if that's the case, it's okay to readjust. Find your edge. And then find stillness in your edge. Constantly scanning the body, being aware of what your body is doing. So often your body can hold tension without even realizing. Be aware and notice if that's the case for you. So noticing the shoulders. Again, if there is tension in the shoulders, using the option of placing maybe something under your head, a block. You can even use your hands, actually. Use your hands as a prop. Prop your head up. And have your hands, rest your forehead on your hands, maybe your chin. It gives the muscles in your neck a chance to relax. Muscles in your shoulders a chance to relax. We've been holding this forward fold for a little while, so do take care as you come out of this stretch. So use your hands. So if you did turn your hands with your palms upright, turn them back around so your palms are down. And then keeping your arms fairly active as you uncurl your body. It's taking all the weight in your hands as you uncurl. Lift yourself up nice and slow. Take your time. We're going to move next into half butterfly. So you want your right leg out, 90-degree angle, left foot, sole of the foot on the inside of the thigh. And we're going to go over the right leg. Now, option here, if you have any tightness in your hamstrings, place something underneath the back of the knee. Again, option if you have any tightness in the lower back, to sit up on something, a cushion or a block, maybe even a book, just to tilt the pelvis forward slightly. You're going over the leg, and then we're going for a forward fold. A forward fold for you in this posture may be just bringing the hands forward slightly. That might feel like it's enough. And if that feels like enough, then that's your posture for today. That's your edge. Maybe bring your forearms to the floor. Maybe you can bring your head to your knee. And again, looking for a position that works for you. A position that you can comfortably hold. You've also got the option of placing a prop underneath the forearms. If you have some books, some blocks, you can place them either side of your leg. Rest your forearms as you bring your head down. That might feel quite nice for the shoulders. Or if you have no props, maybe you just want to bend the knee and give your forehead somewhere to rest. So take your time to find a position that works for you. And then relax into that hold, into that stretch. Relax into your stillness. It's completely normal in these longer holds for your mind to feel a little bit busy. So often when we find stillness with the body, a million thoughts pop into your head. That is completely normal. But as we slow down the body in this class, let's see if we can also slow down the mind. We don't want to stop the mind. We don't want to stop the mind from thinking. The mind is designed to think. But let's see if we can just slow it down. Every time a thought pops into your head, bring your thought process back to your breath. The breath is a nice distraction. Noticing how you breathe. Noticing where you breathe. Noticing how your body moves as you breathe. It's almost distracting the mind. So every time a thought pops into your head, bring your attention back to your breath. Slowly, slowly. Again, using your hands here. Uncurl the body, lift up. Let's go to the other side. So switching left leg out, straight, right leg bending in. Be aware that left side may feel different from the right side. So treat it like it's the first time you're doing this posture. So again, tight hamstrings, place something under the knee. Going in for your forward fold, go in slow, take your time. Maybe your hands come to the floor, that might feel like it's enough. The elbows, forearms. Maybe you can bring your body all the way down. And again, looking for your edge. So edge on both sides of the body will be different. Your edge every time you practice may be different or will be different. Find an edge that works for you today in this very moment. If this stretch feels too intense, also on the right knee, you can either place a block underneath the knee or prop, a towel, cushion. Or if it feels really too intense, just keep the leg out straight. Find a position that works for you. And then once you find that position, give your body this chance to relax. No force, no strain. Relax. And if you find your body starts to roll inwards, just let it. Trying to use the muscles to force your body to stay in a certain way. And in yin class, alignment isn't a huge deal. You want rough alignment of the body. You want the general shape of the posture. We're not too strict with the alignment. And equally, the way the posture looks isn't a huge deal. More about how the posture feels. Again, using your hands here to slowly roll up. Nice and slow, take your time. So going from a forward bend, we're going to counter stretch with a backward bend. We're going to do half saddle. I want you to bend your left foot. So your heel is on the outside of the hip. Right leg stretch straight out in front of you. Now if this feels uncomfortable, you can even open separate your knees a little bit wider. You might also, I know I have to do this, roll my calf muscle out the way to get my hip bone down on the floor. Option again to sit up on a prop if that feels good for you. You can sit up on a cushion, a block. And I like to, in this posture, bring some cushions behind me. So we're going to go for a backward bend here. So I like to bring some cushions behind me just so I can relax. So you're going for a backward bend. So you might want to lean back into your elbows. That might feel enough for you today. If that feels like it's enough, hold it there. Or maybe you can relax all the way back. Oh, this feels nice and cozy. You can have your arms out wide. You can bring your arms up overhead, whatever feels good for you. Again, looking for that comfortable, relaxed position. If your knees want to flare out a little bit wider, that's okay, let them. If going back feels too intense, it's okay to stay upright. You're going to get a real nice stretch for your knees and for your hips, sitting upright. Close down your eyes. Or soften your gaze, if that works better for you. And relax. Noticing in the body where you may feel any sensations. Slight discomfort is okay. If you do start to feel any sharp shooting pains, especially in the knees, then please do back off of the stretch. If you brought your arms over your head and you start to feel any tingling sensations, then either arms to your side or out to the side or down by your side. So sharp shooting pains, a sign you've gone a little bit too far. Slight discomfort is okay, just slight. If you're already waiting for me to say the posture is over, that's going to be a sign that you've gone a little bit too deep. So remember, time in the posture is more important than depth in the posture. Being aware again of any thoughts that are popping into your head. Using your breath again as a distraction. Now we are about to come out of this stretch, so do take your time. You can either come up onto your elbows, or a nice way to come out of this stretch is to roll over to your right side. You might want to roll over to your right side, using your left hand here as support. So you straighten out the left leg, and come up, back up. And take your time, no rush. And then we'll go over to the other side. So this time bending your right leg. And again, maybe you need to roll your calf muscle out, that's okay. So we're going back again. This may feel enough for you. If this feels enough, absolutely fine. Hold it here if that feels like it's enough. That feels like it's intense enough. Remember, if it does feel too intense, sit up on a block or a cushion. Take the strain away from your knee, from your hip. Open the knees wider if you like. And then we're going again for a backward bend. And again, treating this as if it's the first side. So maybe just going back onto your hands may feel enough, leaning back slightly. Maybe back onto your elbows. Or maybe you can relax your head all the way back. And again, you've got the option of bringing some cushions behind. Some throw pillows. Nice stretch for the quad, for the hip. Maybe feel the stretch in the ankle. Maybe feel the stretch in your lower back, the shoulders. Just notice where you feel the stretch. You can let your knees flare out a little bit further. If that feels better for you, the arms can be out to the side, up overhead. Finding a position that works for you, a shape that works for you. And again, remember, you don't want complete relaxation. Feel something. You do want to feel a stretch. So your edge is feeling a stretch, but something that you can hold comfortably for time. And again, remember, your edge may change as you hold the posture. So if it starts to be a little bit too comfortable, maybe move the pillows out the way. Sink your body closer to the floor. Being aware again of the shoulders. Being aware of the hips. Eyes closed or gaze soft. Notice the glutes. Any tension in the glutes, let it melt away with every exhale breath you take. Notice if the chest is rising and falling with your exhale breath. Noticing if the belly moves with every breath you take. Again, taking your time as you come out of the stretch, so you can maybe come up onto your elbows. Or if you're rolling to the side, this time rolling over to your left side. Using your right hand as a brake. Coming out nice and slow, straighten out the right leg. If you've got any props behind you, move them out the way. And then lie straight down on your back. Noticing the echoes of that last stretch. Just notice how your body feels now. Just being aware of how your body's moved. Being aware of how your body feels. We're going to go into another forward fold. We're going to come into caterpillar. It's coming up again into a seated position. We're going to take another forward fold. So you have either your feet together, or if you feel better to have a little gap between your feet, tight hamstrings, tight lower spine. Again, place something underneath the backs of the knees. So going into a forward fold. Now remember, again, forward fold is going to be different for everybody. So maybe your hands touch the floor. That might feel like it's enough for you today. Creep your hands forward, maybe your forearms to the floor, or maybe your body comes all the way down. You can place a prop underneath for your head. You can have some cushions under your head, maybe a rolled up towel underneath your head. Again, looking for a position that feels comfortable for you. And again, you can also bring something underneath the forearms if that helps your shoulders to relax. Prop yourself up as much as you need. I'd rather you over-propped, and if you feel like you need to move anything out the way, then you can do so. You can peel the props away as you hold this stretch for a little bit longer. Maybe if your body starts to let you in just that little bit, you can start to move the props out of the way. And then look again for your new edge. Remember, again, there's no pull, so we're not holding onto the feet. There's no pulling forward. Just let the arms relax. And again, turning your palms upright is a good position to hold for the shoulders. And to stop yourself from pulling, from stretching. So this posture, nice stretch for the whole back of the body, the backs of the legs, hips, and the spine. Great posture for calming down your nervous system. Every exhale breath you take, your body sinks a little closer to your legs. Every exhale breath you take, any tension you're holding just leaves your body. And again, using your hands here to curl up nice and slow. Take your time. Absolutely no rush. And then once you're upright, lay down straight onto your back. Scan the body. Be aware of how the body feels. We're going to come now into our final stretch. I'm going to go into a spinal twist. I'm going to give you two options here. So you can either do a straight leg spinal twist. So if you're doing a straight leg twist, your left leg will be straight. Bend your right knee. And then using your left hand, you're going to bring your knee over towards the left. That's your first option. If you want to go a little bit deeper, I'm going to give you the option also of twisted roots. So you do eagle legs, Garasana with the legs. So you bring your right leg over your left leg. You can bind once, or you can bind twice if you can get your foot under comfortably. This is a really deep stretch, so do be careful if you're going into this one, and then again, bring your knees over towards the left side. If you have any tightness in your lower back or in the hips, I like to bring a prop underneath the knee. So especially if you feel like your right shoulder lifts up quite easily with this one, bring a prop underneath the knee. Try to keep your shoulders down on the floor. And then once you've been in the stretch for a minute or so, you might be able to move that block away. But using a block underneath the knee really does help your lower spine to relax. If you want to take the twist all the way up to the top of the spine, you've got an option of turning your head over towards the right. If you've got the space to do so, spreading your arms out to the sides, or you can cactus the arms. Twists are very therapeutic for the spine. We don't really do twists in everyday life. In every day-to-day life, it's not a move that you would do naturally, but very therapeutic for the spine. Letting your shoulders completely relax. Relaxing all the way down to your fingertips. Relaxing all the way down to your toes. Notice again the breath. Notice if your breath has changed from the beginning of the class. Maybe it's a little bit slower. Maybe it's a little bit deeper. Or maybe not. No judgment. So never judging, just always being aware. If you did turn your head, slowly turn it back to center. And slowly easing your knees back to center. If you went into twisted roots and cross your legs, I want to hug your knees into your chest before we go into the other side. So maybe a little rock side to side. Take any movements you need before we go on to the other side. So rock side to side. And then let's go over to the other side. So if you're doing straight leg twist, this time your right leg will be out straight. Bend the left knee, and then you're easing your knee over towards the right. Or if you're doing twisted roots, you bring your left leg over your right leg, single bind, or foot behind the calf, double bind. And again, you've got the option of bringing a prop underneath your knee. Arms can be out to the side, up overhead. Looking for a position that works for you. And again, being aware that this side may feel different from the other side. Option again to turn your head over towards the left. Find a comfortable spot for your shoulders, let them relax. Beware again of any tension you may be holding in your body. Just checking on the glutes, the lower spine, the hips. If you're holding any tension in your body, often without even realizing, try to relax those areas on every exhale breath you take. So often I notice in my body when I twist to one side, the other side will almost contract. Twist to the left, my right side will tense up, almost to hold me into place. So if that is the case for you, just let those areas relax. Close down your eyes or soften your gaze. Check in on the mind again. If you're still feeling a little bit busy, try to take your attention to your breath. Take your focus to your breath. Slowing down your body and slowing down your mind. Relaxing the body and also relaxing the mind. And take your time when you're coming out of this twist. So first, turning your head back to neutral, back to center. Easing your lower body back to center. Nice, slow, gentle movements. And then take any final movements you need. So anything your body is asking for, anything you feel like your body needs. Any final movements before you take your final savasana. Maybe a rock side to side, happy baby, just anything you feel like your body needs. And then coming to your final savasana, look for a comfortable position. So you may want to bring maybe some cushions or a rolled up towel underneath the backs of the knees. Can feel quite nice. Your feet can be a little bit wider. Your arms can be wider. If you're feeling a little bit chilly, you can put a blanket over. So however you feel comfortable. Close your eyes. Or a soft gaze if that works better for you. And then you give your body this final chance to completely relax. Unclench your teeth and relax your jaw. Drop the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Relax your cheeks. Relax your forehead. Relax your neck. Your shoulders melt into the floor. Relax the triceps, biceps, elbows. Relax the forearms, the wrists. Relax the palm of your hands. Relax your fingers and thumbs. Soften your upper spine, middle spine. Relax your chest. Relax all your abdominal muscles. Let the belly get soft. Relax your lower spine. The hips just melt into the floor. Relax the thighs, the backs of the thighs. Relax your knees, your calves. Relax your ankles. Relax the arches of your feet. Relax your toes. Let your whole body relax. Relax your mind. Relax. 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 So I'm going to leave you here in your final Savasana. Please take as long as you like. Resting your body. Recovering your body by just lying here still. Namaste.